we got to do something. Obviously, the last couple of years have not been a great All-Star game that Sunday night. But I mean, listen, it's a bigger conversation. It's not just the All-Star game. It's our game in general. Our game it's a lot of threes being shot. Mm-hmm. So it's a bigger conversation, just the All-Star game. It's a bigger conversation.
What Jordan does is a carry, but the whole league's been doing it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand why we're not teaching our officials to call travel in this league. They do a great job. They work their tails off. They communicate well. But I see 5-6 travels a game that aren't called. We had 4 ourselves in Philadelphia. None of them were called. It's a problem when there's like 100 fans in the stands and every coach on the sidelines. When I'm watching film, and it's like everybody's doing that. So everyone's seeing it. So we're clearly not teaching as a league our officials to look at the feet. And I've made that clear to the league. Maybe I'll hear back from them after these comments. But for the good of the game, the entire game is based on footwork. And for the good of the game, we need to enforce traveling violations, and we're not doing it. And I don't understand why.
It looked like you were pointing at the fans. Is that
Yeah, because the guy across the way is going like that, and like I said, I see it every time I watch tape. There's 3 or 4 plays a game where the whole bench and everyone sees it. So I just think we can do a better job. And like I said, it's about the way we're teaching them. It's not. These guys are awesome. They got brutal jobs and they got a million things to watch. But footwork is the entire basis of the game, and we need to call traveling. It's going to be a much better game if we clean it up. The way we're teaching the officials, we're just enabling players to BS their way to the foul line. If I were a fan, I wouldn't have wanted to watch the second half of that game. It was disgusting. It was just baiting refs into calls, but the refs have to make those calls because that's how they're taught. So I have a real problem with the way we've legislated defense out of the game in this league, and the players are really smart in this league, and for over the last decade or so, they've gotten smarter and smarter, and they're just we have enabled the players, and they are taking full advantage, and it's a parade to the free throw line, and it's disgusting to watch. Thanks.
It's not smart basketball no more. I saw a clip not too long ago where Kobe said, it's accidental basketball. Who can run faster? Who can hit more threes? It's no substance. And so I think it's very boring.
And constantly honing their skills. Now the only skill that guys work on is shooting. The rest of it, timing, passing, footwork, the other alternative aspects of skills in the basketball game have to be taught too. I mean, I won't start, but if you watch the game with the eyes that I have and the knowledge that I have of the game, you see how corrupted the game is. How they dribble, the carry, the delayed dribble, the inability to pivot correctly, the ability to walk into shots or travel consistently. There are no pivot moves that make sense. The game has deteriorated from that point.
I'm very proud of it. I'm proud of today's players. I like the game they play. It opened up for a lot of the players to be able to do some things and show their skills. Unlike back in the 80s when on the East Coast we hold and grab and push and fight and whatever it took to win games. But I like our game now. The one thing I would really like to see is they play hard tonight in this All-Star game. I think it's very important when you have the best players in the world together. You got to compete, and you got to play hard, and you got to show the fans how good they really are.
And here come to the east, the Doc in open court. Cheeks, goaltending charge against David Thompson, and Larry Bird picking up where he left off.
Just an example of the kind of players you have in this game. These guys, this is the first player, he's up in the stands. Because they want to beat each other.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
Every time
How hard would you play in these games?
Well, I just read the room. It's like the All-Star game. You read the room. It's a precedent that's set.
Can I say something, though? Y'all got to have a little more pride in that All-Star game. I mean, look, it's not as if y'all don't play pickup during the summers.
Right.
So you know how to play in a way that, all right, I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not going to take anybody out. But that All-Star game's it's broke, man.
Well, I agree.
mean, like people just like not running. Everybody just trying all kinds of.
Well, I'm not.
It used to be when Kobe and Michael and Isaiah, those guys were playing, man. I mean, they weren't playing the way they did regular season, but they wanted to win.
This sounds like a conversation with my pops right now. He's giving me the same speech.
It insults the game.
You know, it's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be a part of a great weekend, great players, but that is the worst basketball game ever played.
My first All-Star game, I came off the bench. So I'm just reading the room of what's going on, and I'm just going to adjust to whatever.
No, I agree, but everybody needs to be just like, all right.
We got to lock in better.
Lock in better.
Well, we had
because you're showing out. This is this is your business. This is your product. You don't want people thinking y'all out there just half-assed.
That's a good point. We had a full meeting before last year's All-Star game.
And it didn't work.
It didn't work. Who came in? I'm so mad at myself. Larry Bird came in there and gave us a speech about taking it more serious.
Dr. J and Larry Bird walked into the locker room and talked to the players. And they talked to the players, and the NBA thought, yes, the players are really, really listening. They're really, really getting it. And then one of the superstars, who will remain nameless, but everybody can surmise who that was, gave a side eye to those guys while they were talking. And then the players went out there and let 400 points be scored.
I think the All-Star game in general needs a little revamping because it used to be competitive.
Yeah.
It used to be competitive. And fans want to see the best pickup game in the world. That's what this is. They don't want to see you running up and down and dunking and doing all this crazy. They want to see what happens when you get this collection of best basketball players on the planet and they play and they go head up against each other.
Man.
Compare and contrast.
Look how they massacred my boy.
What have you done to my little cable boy?
Get in front of the damn ball. Don't give me this Olay bull.
Turn that shit off. Turn that shit off!
Let's go back to the gap.
Bryant, rejected by McGrady. And here comes Iverson in the open floor. Iverson, nice feed. Oh, it's rejected.
What sensational shooting, clutch shooting. Kobe Bryant with the outside jump shot. Marbury comes back and one-ups him with the three. This once again ties the game. And Kobe again with another answer. This time, Mutombo comes flying at him, gets a hand up. He really can't even see the basket, and again knocks it down. And Marbury comes back, spectacular shooting. Stephon Marbury steps back behind the three, buries another one. The East by one.
Down to 5. Marbury guarding Bryant. Down to 3. Marbury trying to get to Bryant. Duncan came up short, and it's over. The East comes from 21 down to defeat the West. They outscore the West 41-21 in the fourth quarter.
Marv, that's one of the best All-Star games I've ever seen. Just the big plays, getting back in the game. And you know what? Mutombo, probably not going to get the MVP, but he gave his team a chance to win. And for Marbury and Iverson to shine at the end of that game.
Because I want to know, will there ever be a time in our lives where the hand check comes back? Is that going? Is this kind of the wave in which we're going now?
There was a point, I believe,
probably in around the late 90s when the game became too physical. And I think we lost some of
For our viewers, you mean?
Yeah, and I think for our fans, from the aesthetic enjoyment of the game, where it de-emphasized the particular skill a player had and maybe weighted too heavily physicality, where a big, strong player could come in and prevent a incredibly skilled player from doing those kinds of things. I think of, not that he's a small guy, but a smaller player like Steph Curry can do on the floor. I think that when you think of some of his ability to shoot, his ability to move through the paint, that if guys could just bang him and knock him to the ground, as that was once the case in the league, I don't think that would be a better brand of basketball. And we've tried to bring back a little bit more of the physicality. Like, I think people like to see hard defense. I mean, it goes a little bit before to what you and I are talking about, like touch and feel. Like, I don't think either people like that idea that guys can go through unscathed and like you're protecting your star players. And in fact, we made some changes this season where sort of, I don't know, the unnatural basketball moves, you know what I'm referring to, and where those were being, players were gaming the system in a way. And brilliant players playing by the rules had found ways where those were becoming defensive fouls. So we reset this year, which is something you got to do in the offseason. You don't want to change mid-course, but we made it clear, those players, that that's no longer going to be a foul. And of course, because they're the greatest players, they adjust and they find other ways to score. I like where we're going.
We don't.
Feet. He moved his feet, and then what was Shea Alexander?
No dribbles. No dribbles. Oh, you look at you.
European basketball. I love it. We don't.